So basically, let's, in a nutshell, just we got the idea that someone went up to Socrates. He wanted to tell him basically some gossip, probably, about one of his students. And Socrates just asked, he goes, is this true? Is it kind? Or is it useful? So this is a filter through which you can pass your most fear-based thoughts, or just any thought that's troubling you or frustrating you. So we're going to do that in practice. I want you to think of a thought that's been going through your head this last period, or even today specifically. And just, we're going to have, in your folder, you can write it down. There's a piece of paper there. Write your most frustrating thought about some project you want to achieve, and you're like, it's not happening because this. I'm going to pass it through the test of 3. I give you time, there's no rush at all. I want you to work deeply.
One thought.
Just one main thought, like, oh, you're never going to achieve this, or that's never going to happen, or I can't this and this and this. What is that? Basically, what keeps you up at night? What keeps you up at night? What do you wake up in the middle of the night thinking and worrying about? Make it real. And don't worry, you won't have to share it with the group unless you want to. We're going to be open to doing that as well. Your most frustrating thought. You got one, Sandy? You want to share? You don't have to, I'm just saying. Yeah. Give us some courage. Set the example. We all have? I just want a show of hands. Everybody has written? Written. Okay, so what do we do with this little monster? Let's go to step number 2. Now ask yourself, mentally process, is this 100% true? Or am I distorting the facts through dramatizing? Are you, for example, dramatizing? And are you over-personalizing and taking offense to things that are not really related? Because I don't know if any of you have that. A lot of us, we take things very personally, like she said something and I'm never going to speak to her again. Do you think your ego might have been is playing a role in causing you some misery? Does that ring a bell? So just ask yourself, and as I say, it's not to judge yourself and to say that's negative thinking. I want you to just observe yourself almost like a scientist, is it 100% true, this statement? So give yourself 1 out of 100, how true is your statement? How much did you notice that it's not 100% true? Not 100% true? Not 100% true? How much percent true was your thought before?
I can't say, I haven't right people.
Give it a grade out of 100 based. Are you dramatizing? Are you generalizing? Are you magnifying? Are you dramatizing in any way?
Well, without the filter, without the test, it feels 100%.
That's an excellent point, Maria. We have to start not believing our thoughts so much. Okay? And this is the test of 3. And you're going to be passing your thoughts through these 3 filters. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it useful? And if it's not, like Socrates, you're going to say, no thank you, I won't take it. You have to realize that your thought is like a menu item. You can choose your thoughts. You might be used to eating a certain dish. Like, what's your favorite, go-to dish? Is it pasta, pizza, whatever, right? You can change your habits. So just in the same way that you are going to be, you can say, look, it doesn't pass this test. Like you would say to bad food. You would say, it stinks, it's not healthy, it's going to make me fat. No, I won't take. You can, or it's boiled, or you don't have to, yeah. So you have to, this is the point of this is self-leadership. Is it's beginning to be a more master of your thoughts, rather than your thoughts mastering you. Feel physically compared to how you felt with the original other statement, how you felt. A bit more empowering. Okay, is a bit enough for you? Could we?
Just 5 minutes ago.
All right, I'm just saying, if you can empower it even more, if you could put more octanes in there, because you want to be as empowering as you can. So you can say, I'm taking charge. I'd like you to add the phrase, I'm taking charge, and this job I will be successful in my job. I am determined. You know, jazz it up a little, give it a little more oomph. Very successful people, if you're talking about professionally successful people, that's what they do. They give themselves good doses of really empowering thoughts every morning, constantly. They have empowering thoughts. They give themselves, they keep saying, you can do this, you're worth it, I'm worth it, I can do it, I'm taking charge. They constantly talk to themselves like that. And it works. It just works. It's like scientifically proven now that if you keep empowering yourself based on truth, not illusion, not I'm going to be president of Greece, I didn't say fantasy. Okay, who else flipped their statement, changed their statement?
So my new statement is, I'm taking charge and I'm gonna make this experience the best ever in my whole life.
Right, awesome, okay. We're not done yet. I want you to say this loud, but I'm just preparing you. So make sure your statement is well written. Who else wants to share? What's your empowering statement?
Right? Okay, well, George is working with Dimitri. Everything is... He is happier, calmer, more mature. He is also graduating from university.
Okay, so here I will say that you have not really followed my instructions.
No,
I know that you did your best. I acknowledge that you did it, and I'm grateful. I think that's great that you did it, but you didn't use the instructions in the right way. Why? Anybody guess why she hasn't done it correctly?
Because she is projecting the whole thing on somebody else.
That's right. And you can go back, and he might say, Mom, I didn't even go. I just went for a coffee. And then what? Anyway, I would like you to leave today's session with an empowering statement for you.
Taking those 3 questions.
Yes.
Is it true? Is it kind? Is it useful? It takes a lot of work, I'm sure, to automate that.
In the beginning.
Not
in the
on a daily
beginning.
basis, but like on
in the
a
beginning.
moment basis.
You're absolutely right. It's work. It is work, and it's awareness that we do throughout the day. I myself have been practicing it, and I ask myself, is it true? Is that kind, Alkistis? Is that useful, Alkistis? Every so often, like at least once or twice a day, I'll run some thoughts by that filter system. It should be constant. In fact, you'll start noticing what other people are saying to you, and you're going to begin to be more, it's like, is what he said completely true? Is it useful? Is it kind? And that's just, you're just going to take note. It's not to judge other people, but you'll start noticing how dramatic people are, how, they're doing all the mistakes here. And you just take note. You take note and you don't let it affect you so much. Especially things people tell you about you. You're this. Really? Is that true?
Take things personally.
Take things personally, too personally, the ego.
Everything. That's everything personally.
Right.
Don't know why.
Is it kind to do that to you?
No, not to myself.
Is it useful to do it?
Probably not.
So start practicing the filters. And this is it. Next month, when we meet, you will tell me your experience during the month. And you're welcome to share it on our Facebook group, the group of this one, or the Alkistis Method group, which I hope you've joined so far. And you can just give us a heads up each day and say, today it worked for me, or I forgot it today. I didn't apply it today, but I'll apply it tomorrow. It's good when you have this group where you'll answer to us a month's time from now. We'll see your progress.